It's got a soul, this hero farm. It falls asleep inside my arms. We work the fields under the stars. The love is here at Goldshop Farms. A city life, yeah, had its charms, but we would dream of the fields under the stars. I fall asleep inside its arms. The love is here at Goldshop Farms. The love is here at Goldshop Farms.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday evening. It is time for yet another Goldshop farm meeting. We do these meetings every month. It is a way to get together with you guys, hang out, let you ask your questions, kind of get into some of the details and like go that next level deeper that I don't usually get to go into in the videos. And really just like, this is like your time. Like I really do love like hanging out and talking with you guys and answering all of your questions about the farm. And so the first Wednesday of every month, usually around 8 o'clock, that's when we do these farm meetings. And I'm your host, Morgan Gold, here at Goldshop Farm. And yeah, there is definitely a lot to talk about right now because there's a lot going on the farm. We are here in northern Vermont. We're like in peak weather, like summer season. It was actually a hot day today, like out in like mid 80s. Just spending a lot of time working outside, but I'm also hustling a lot, trying to get some stuff together and finalize for our new book. The Toby Dog book is coming, and so I'm going to be talking a little bit about that tonight. I'm going to be talking about our new baby calf who officially has a name, and we'll be talking about that. I know there's a lot of questions about her paternity and how did she end up here and what the heck happened, because we thought we weren't going to have any calves this year, but I will get into all of that tonight. As well as taking your questions, and like my friend Danny, who is one of our moderators, says, please put all your questions in caps. It just helps me see it. I have wonderful moderators like Danny here from Wicked Awesome Gardening, as well as 13 Moons Over Mayhem, and really want to say thank you to them. These live streams would not be possible, but also just know that it's hard for me to kind of see things and talk and do it all at once. Also, Jack from the Mindful Homestead, and Jack, tonight we'll talk a little bit about homesteaders of New England, because there's an event coming up, guys, that I want to talk to you guys about as well. So a lot going on, a lot to talk about, and yeah, let's just get into it. And Nancy actually brings up right now. So yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, I put out a video on this a couple weeks ago, but Good Morning America was here at the farm back in June, and they did a story about it, and they posted it on they ran it on their TV show, and then they posted it online. You can actually look for it. Just Google like Morgan Gold ABC News, and it'll pop right up. They didn't actually put our farm name in, which I thought was kind of interesting, but yeah, it's out there, and it was a really good story. It was really nice of them to do the story, and we really appreciated it. It was kind of cool. It was crazy just kind of seeing like your farm talked about in that way. I mean, I just remember being a kid watching Good Morning America on TV, and yeah, like it's just crazy to see it out there. So let's start with Brad here asking, how have I been? I've been pretty darn good. I have been really, really, really busy. Just a lot going on. We got the pigs, we got the cattle, we got the dogs, we got the cats, we got the goslings, we got baby chicks coming to the farm next week. And so there's just so many things going on. I'm trying to keep up. It's that point in the year where it's like I'm full tilt. When I'm in my winter months on the farm, it's pretty easy, it's pretty laid back, it's pretty relaxed. I get up in the morning, do some chores, come inside, do some office work, hang out. Like, it's not crazy. But this time of year, it's like I'm getting up at like probably 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, getting outside, working till probably about 1 o'clock, maybe coming in for lunch, either going back out to do more work or coming in to do office work, and it's just doing my best to keep up with things. And uh, basically I am like lagging right now. I don't know how else to put it. Like, it really is only 2 months. Like I'll have this month of July and then the month of August, and then things start to taper off slowly but surely as we get less and less daylight. And I'm enjoying it. It's fun. And yes, as Teal says, our mods are great. Please give them love. Like I said, I see 13 Moons Over Mayhem, the Mindful Homestead, and Wicked Awesome Gardening. So yes, please shout outs to them and thank you. Yeah, let's get to it. Let's see what questions we got that have come in. And again, I'm going to the questions that people ask with caps because it's easier for me to see. Oh, hey, Sarah Schneider, what's going on? So, I don't know if you guys saw the video I put out, I don't know, I guess it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, about our new weird chickens. We have a couple of new weird chickens here on the farm, and really everybody's doing good. And one of the things that happened, though, is Sarah here sent us a package. If you guys ever want to send us packages, you can send them to our P.O. Box, Goldshaw Farm, P.O. Box 250, P.O. Box 225, Peacham, Vermont, 05862. And so if you ever want to do that, you can send us stuff there. Well, Sarah sent us some weird chicken toys, and I set them up. And you even actually saw the weird chicken toys. Let's see if I can pull it up without creating too much of chaos. But when you look at our weird chickens, you can actually see it right here. Boom. Pause. Oh! I went too fast. Wait, hold on. Let's go back. Go back. Hold on. Pause. Wait. It's after this shot. After Jemima Puddle Duck. After the Gooselings. Well, Sarah sent us these chicken toys. You can see them right here. Like, there was a chicken xylophone, there were some chicken swings, there were a lot of cool things that Sarah sent, and I'm super appreciative of them. But Sarah, I am sad to report that it really doesn't seem like they've gotten much play. The Weird Chicken Band has not really been putting out all that much music. They've been doing their best, but so far, not too much has happened on that front. So unfortunately, they aren't playing, but I'm not giving up hope yet. The ones on the upper pasture, I have given up hope because I was having to set it up every day, or every 3 days. But for the ones on the lower pasture, the weird chickens, they're going to continue to end up playing with it. So we'll see if that happens at some point this summer. If it does, especially if it happens during a weird chicken moment of Zen, Sarah, you guys will see it in a video, no doubt about it. So yes, there we have it. Okay, Heinlein asks, NHL 94 setup. So I don't know if you guys saw the Day of the Life video that I put out last week. It was actually a lot of fun to make. That's maybe my favorite type of video I make. It might have been my favorite video I've personally made in a while. I just really enjoyed making that one. I'll probably make another one like it. I know there was a lot of good feedback on it. But it was just like, setting up some nice shots and capturing my day. It was just really chill. It was actually relatively easy to make too. And there was a scene in it where I'm actually playing a video game as the Hartford Whalers. And yes, Heinlein, it is NHL 94. And I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but there's that chest that's down below there. You can see that like right in front of the couch, right where I'm pointing. Well, as a winter project this past winter, I took that trunk and I put like one of those video game emulators inside of it, as well as a monitor. And so when I flip the trunk up, it actually like sits as a screen, and like then I have some controllers, and so I can just kind of sit in that couch and play video games whenever I want. There's like 10,000 games on that emulator. It has like everything from, I don't know, like 8-bit Nintendo all the way to maybe it's Sega Dreamcast, maybe it was a little bit before, I don't know. It's got arcade console games. It's got like pretty much all the major games up until I was like the age of 18, and it's really great. I love it. Yeah, NHL 94 is maybe one of my favorite games to play. Baseball Stars, also another one. Tecmo Bowl. They also have these a couple of games that I loved in the arcade but never got to beat, but I've now since gotten to beat, including WWF WrestleFest, that Simpsons game where you were like Homer, Bart, Marge, or Lisa, and you're like out there fighting Mr. Burns and a whole bunch of his henchmen. And then there's like this X-Men game. Like all those games, I loved them. They were great, and had a lot of fun playing it. And yeah, I've been playing it, and so that's what you saw there. I think I made a TikTok Heinlein on it. I don't think I ever posted it to YouTube, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun to make. All right, more questions. And I know, guys, just so you know, I will lag behind here tonight. I will try to get to as many questions as I can, but they go by so quickly. Sometimes it's hard to keep up, and so just fair warning about that. All right, so I'm seeing Richard Buller, and I'm seeing Angela ask about the new barn. So the new barn is actually mostly complete. We have a couple of outstanding things. Number one, we're waiting on garage doors for the barn. Those are being built, and so those will get installed a little bit later this summer. Number two, Alfred, my buddy Alfred, he is in the process of building a retaining wall. He's actually here on the farm. He was here yesterday. Actually, he wasn't here yesterday. He was here Monday. He's here today. He'll be here pretty much all this week and even into next week, kind of working on things. And yeah, it's going to be beautiful. And then the other thing is I'm kind of trying to deal with electrical stuff. And so those are the big outstanding things. I will make one big video that shows it kind of from start to finish. You'll see things like actually probably in the videos that come out next week, you'll start to see the actual updates, like including some of the work that Alfred's doing, pop up. But yeah, I will make a video when it's complete, but it's not complete yet. I'm starting to use it though. In particular, like parking vehicles in there, which is handy, particularly as we've had a lot of rain lately. And so I am starting to use it in that regard. Oh, RJ, the local guy. Did you drive your tractor in the Peacham tractor parade yesterday? No, RJ, I did not. So I had some family up, and I thought about driving down there with my tractor and being in the parade. I've done it in years past. But I did not. So every year on the 4th of July, our town here in Peacham, Vermont, they have a big tractor parade where really all the farmers from the area come with their tractors and we just drive in a row, right through the main part of Peacham. It's a lot of fun. I did go to the tractor parade. I hung out with some friends and family. It was a lot of fun, but I did not ride in it this year. I probably will ride in it next year. And so if you guys want to see me riding my tractor in the parade, you should come to the Peacham tractor parade next year. Okay. All right. Allison asks, congrats on the new bonus calf, BPO. So yes, our new calf, I don't know if you guys saw in the intro that I ran there, we do have a new calf on the farm. Her name is Beatrix Potter. I just put out a short video talking about that today. There you can see little B right here on the screen with me. She is looking adorable and doing really well. Mama's doing really well. Beatrix is doing really well. And yes, she has gotten the moniker of Beatrix Potter. That is her name now. And yes, she's great. Name question. Have you considered... and then, so Allison's question is, have you considered inoculating your old hay with oyster mushroom red wine? I've been actually trying to play around with that, Allison. Unfortunately, all of my experiments have kind of fizzled out. So there isn't too much to report on it, but I have been playing with it, yes. So Wayne asks, has Toby met the calf? You know what? Toby actually has not gone up to the top of the pasture to meet the calf. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Toby has his hands full. Toby is a very, very busy boy right now. So with Abby up on the top pasture, what we're finding is, Toby Dog is really spending all his time down in the lower pasture. And as Toby Dog is down in that lower pasture, like you can see Abby up in the upper pasture here in this drone shot, as Toby's up there, what's happening is Toby is babysitting all the gooselings. So the gooselings are loose now. I'm not keeping them in the brooder anymore. They're running around. They're free. And they are doing really good. And Toby's there kind of spending all his time with him. So he's being a gosling uncle while Abby is being a calf aunt is really what it's starting to work out to be. So there you have it. Something stutter here. Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. When will hatch chicks? Okay, Alex, so I have actually some news on this, and I know this is actually a little different than what I've talked about before. I made the decision not to hatch some chicks this year. I did have a plan to hatch chicks. I've been so busy, and I do have some chicks coming next week, that I decided not to put more chicks in the incubator and have even more chicks coming. It just, honestly, guys, it was going to be too much, and I'm learning more and more that a big part about running this farm well is not overdoing it. And I felt like throwing more chicks in the incubator would have been an example of overdoing it. And so there you have it. Peaches, 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 peaches. Yeah. Oh, thank you for reminding me about this. Yes, so you can see there's a new documentary about me out on Abundance Plus, and let me just bring this up. And the link that Lynette has here is exactly what you should be looking for. But if you want to see it, I gotta say it's a pretty exciting story about livestock guardian on dogs on our farm and what's going on. And all of that good stuff, and it's out there. It's really cool. I think they did a great job. So it was executive produced by my buddy Justin Rhodes. Dan Oman of the Grass-Fed Homestead actually came out to the farm, and he is really the mastermind behind the production. And I mean, it's just beautifully shot. It really does tell a great story, kind of why we got our livestock guardian dogs, the struggles we've had, the successes we've had, like kind of the whole picture. And so you should check it out. There's a special sale, so if you look in the description of this video, you'll see the info for it. I think it only lasts for another week or so, so definitely check it out. But I'm excited about it. I really enjoyed it. Dan did an amazing job. How did I celebrate the 4th, Mitch? Well, like I said, we had family up. I went to the Peacham tractor parade in the morning. I after that went out to lunch with some family. In case those who were wondering, we did go to the P&H truck stop. And then after that, I actually went to a party at a friend of mine's house where I did oh my gosh. All right, hold on. This was a TikTok I made, but I'm going to share it with you guys here. Hang on. You're going to have to bear with me for a second while I dredge up the file. But so my friend Rachel, she used to be a circus performer, and when she was doing the circus stuff, she would take these flaming sticks, there would be flames on both ends, and she would spin them around. It's super impressive stuff that she would do. Well, Rachel every 4th of July likes to bust out the cool moves, and she'll show off kind of what she can do, and it's really cool to see. Well, she's also been trying to coach me, and so I did a little bit of fire spinning too last night. Let me just put it that way. And I can actually show you guys through the magic of technology what that fire spinning looked like. Here, let me just pull this up. Date added. Boom. Here we go. So yes, as I was trying to do the fire spinning, I did not do nearly as good a job as my friend Rachel did. And Allison told me afterwards that the entire time she was watching me, she was terrified that she was going to have to rush me to the hospital that she worked at in the emergency room, and I'd have to be one of those 4th of July casualties. And she genuinely wondered how I would be able to do my farm chores with 3rd-degree burns on my right hand, which is a fair question. But yes, that Mitch, is how I spent my 4th of July. Okay. Will you have the story, the Toby Dog book on Audible? Yes! The Toby Dog book will 100% be available on Audible. And I gotta say, I actually might be most excited of all with the Toby Dog book with what's coming with the actual audio version of it. We have started recording the audio book. The way it's going to work is actually, I was planning on doing everything, but I decided to actually make it even better. It's going to be like a full audio production. And so specifically what that means is the Toby Dog book, which actually this is the interior of it. You can see here. My buddy Jess Sowards actually wrote the forward for it. It's going to be really cool. But hold on, this isn't actually what I want to show you guys. Hang on a sec. Bear with me. The cover of the book is, I think, really cool. And the illustrator, Zhao, she did a beautiful job. Here you can see it right here. But the audio version is going to be even better. I mean, not even better. It's going to be amazing and a little bit different because I'm going to be narrating. I've got a number of actually really high-end voice actors doing the character voices. So, for example, I don't know if you guys know one of our moderators, Don Bradner from Little Mountain Life. His wife, Natalie, is a super talented audiobook narrator. She's going to be contributing some voices. My friend Chris Shula, who is a guy I actually have known since I lived in Boston like 25 years ago, he is actually producing it and doing a bunch of voices. It's going to be amazing. If you look up Leonardo Audio, they're the guys who are producing it, and it's amazing, amazing stuff. I'm super excited about it. It will be on Audible. It's going to be pre-sale start at the end of this month. I'm dealing with some stuff right now to try to get everything ready, but I'm hoping that that's going to be the case. What am I going to say? Sorry, I'm looking at questions while I talk. And so anyway, it's going to be coming. It's going to be released in September. If you guys want, get on our mailing list. It's the best way to find out all the info. Plus, I'll be talking at places like here and in the video, so you're not going to miss it. But it's going to be something special, and I think you guys are going to be really excited about it. I'm really excited about it, and I hope you guys love it. All right, Nicole asks, in previous videos, you mentioned having lists of things to do to keep for your videos. Are you getting close to running out of ideas, or you keep adding new ideas? So honestly, Nicole, I keep adding new ideas. So that running list, yeah, it depletes, but adds stuff. And so, yeah, I don't ever worry about running out of ideas about videos to make. All right, let's keep up here. Keep on. I know I'm so behind. I'm answering questions from like 15 minutes ago. Yeah, so actually, RJ, I do want to address this. Yeah, I know there's been like more scammers. I did a video about this a few months back about the Nigerian scammers who jump into my comments, pretend to be me. Guys, they're not me. Honest to goodness. If you see somebody who's saying, hey, message me on Telegram or anything like that, you see somebody in the chat on these videos, in the comments, and I'm telling you to go on like Telegram or WhatsApp or anything like that, if I'm telling you to contact me any other way than going through goldshawfarm.com or emailing me directly, it's a scam. And my direct email is something that you can easily find through my website. I'm not even going to give it here because I don't want to associate with the scammers, but yeah, it is 100% not me. And so I've been trying to delete them as quickly as I can, but they keep popping up too. It's super, super frustrating. I know I'm not the only person dealing with this, but yeah, it sucks. Lisa, no, actually, I don't give my cattle flea and tick treatment. They pretty much are able to handle it for the most part. I mean, they don't have flea issues, especially this time of year. In terms of ticks, they might get a tick here and there, but it's no big deal. The biggest pest that we have to deal with the cattle are flies, and I really manage that with trapping as well as the chickens, as well as just moving them to fresh pasture very, very regularly. The Marshall man. Everybody's getting together really well. So there was like a little bit of friction the first couple of days that Macho Man was on the farm. He and Joey Ramone were tussling again once they got introduced to the cows. But now I've actually seen him, putting in the work. And so hopefully we'll have more baby cows come next spring. Oh, Diane is asking, where is Lil Barncat? So you might notice Lil Barncat is not in her perch. That's because my office right now is 82 degrees in here. It's really, really hot, which is why if you guys hear fan noise, I apologize for it, but I wouldn't be able to keep doing this if I didn't have my fans going tonight. It's just been really hot in here. My office, I'm finding, gets much, much hotter than any other room in the house, and so I might even end up installing an air conditioner. I don't know. It feels like it's silly to have air conditioning in Vermont, but God, it's been so hot here on hot days that it's rough. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So Lil is sleeping on the floor. So she here, Lil, come here. Let me see if I can coax her up. Hang on a sec, guys. Bear with me and I will answer another question. But let me see if I can coax her up. Okay. All right, I've seen a number of questions about this, and I know I get a lot of questions about this. Everybody's wondering about the white cow and her calf and what's coming on. I honestly, I don't know, how do I address this? I'm going to answer it, and this is like, you guys remember when I had to deal with a lot of crap with Abby's breeder when I started talking about things publicly, and it just created a whole, poop snowball of annoyingness and bad stuff. Consider this me not talking about the white cow as a version of learning a lesson from a previous thing. And so probably one day I will tell you guys the story and what's going on there and address it. But I am not going to talk about it. I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Stay tuned. Sorry, guys. I feel like I'm being very evasive, but that is the case. Hey, what's going on, Brittany? Are you still beekeeping? Yes, we have 3 hives going right now, and I just did a hive check about a week ago. About 6 days ago, and I'm going to be planning to do another hive and probably honey harvest very, very soon. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, I think Lil's going to come up. Come on, Lil. Come on, sweets. Can you see it? Can you see her little paw? Come on, jump up. Lil, come on up. There she goes. Oh, there she is. All right, Lil, I'll give you some treats. I can bribe her with food and get her up. She's not like a big lap cat. You know, sometimes when Allison and I are watching TV, Lil will come up here and sit on our lap. But other than that, yeah. Let's see. I would say that Beatrix was probably about 50 pounds when she's born, and I'm going to guess she's probably already up to like 75. She's grown so quick, even in the last week plus. Oh, Murray Mutter, what's the best animal for a beginning farmer? I would do something poultry. I would probably do chickens would be the easiest. Ducks, maybe second. Geese third, based on my experience. So those would be the suggestions I would have. Okay, let me address this one too. So Nicole's asking, did you know when Amanda came to your farm she was pregnant? So the story is this. When Amanda came to the farm, I knew there was a chance she could be pregnant. She had been exposed to a bull. Like, I knew the rough timing of a window when she could be pregnant. But when I had my vet here, and Amanda was here on the farm when the vet came to do pregnancy checks of all the other ladies, Amanda had only been here for a couple of weeks, and so she was a little bit too wild, and I was unable to get her into the chute so that she could be checked with all the other gals. And so I never did a pregnancy check on her. And so I've just been watching her over the last couple of months, and especially over the last few weeks, I noticed that, yeah, she was starting to show all the signs of about getting ready to give birth. And so I wasn't like completely unprepared, but I also didn't have any confirmation until I actually had a calf on the ground. Yeah, that's where it's at. The calf is not even remotely related to Randy, so she will be staying here on the farm. I will be breeding her probably in about 2+ years. And yeah, I'm excited for little baby Beatrix and the offspring that she ultimately produces. So stay tuned with that. So, you know, I have thought about hiring a farmhand, Nathan. I would not want to do it for room and board, because here's honestly what it comes down to. I don't want to have people living with me. Like, I know some people are like, oh, you have a big house. You know, my wife and I, we actually like just living together. We don't like having other people in the house. I mean, we like having family come and stay with us sometimes, but they're staying with us and then they leave. Like, they don't live here. And I don't know. I wouldn't want to have a stranger who's working for me have to come. I mean, I appreciate that they're like they want to come and like, you know, that people might want to do that, but I wouldn't do that. I might hire somebody as a farmhand, but if I hire somebody, it would be for pay. Like, I would pay them a fair wage, and they would earn that money, and they'd figure out where they live themselves. Like, that would be how it would work. Okay, Chickpea and Sweet Pea ask, what's the future with plans on the farm for pigs? So my plan for pigs on the farm is, I don't know yet. The pigs that we have on the farm will be harvested, I believe in late September is the slaughter date that I have set now. They are doing really well. JS Little Zoo, I see your question down there as well. They're doing good, and things are going well. Yeah, my plan long term, I don't know. I don't love the pigs. Allison loves the pigs. They are, behind Pablo Barncat and maybe Goslings, her favorite animals on the farm. But for me, I'm like mixed. Like, they're fine. Like, I don't mind them. I don't dislike them. I don't like them nearly as much as I like the cattle or the geese or the chickens or the ducks. And so I don't know the long-term plans for pigs. The jury is still out. Yes. All right, guys, I am jumping ahead. If I missed your question, I apologize. Yes, the chocolate milk does come from brown cows. Have you had to take out a nuisance animal? If not, would you? So if I was having a real serious problem with like a coyote or a fox, like they were actually bothering my animals, and like, you know, the means that I typically mitigate, like livestock guardian dogs, aren't doing the job, then maybe I would. I have taken out raccoons before. I have taken out groundhogs before. I've trapped skunks, but I've actually never taken them out. I just moved them to a different part of the farm, and they seem to go away after that. I mean, I would do it if I absolutely would, but I would much rather focus on managing my ecosystem differently, because even if I take out that one animal, probably two more are going to pop up in its place. And so, yeah, I think it's actually very short-sighted to be focused on eradication, and I think the better solution is to figure out a way to balance your activities on your farm with the ecosystem of wildlife that surrounds your farm. I always think that that's the better approach. That's my personal opinion and belief, and honestly, I very much run my entire farm working from that premise. That's just how I think of things. So yeah, all right, I'm going to continue to keep jumping ahead. Let's see, what's a good question here? What strikes me? Hey, it's Brady's World Made It here. I won't be hatching any ducks myself, Alex, but I do expect to have a few ducks that hatch out some ducks for me. So I wouldn't be surprised in the next week or two if I start to see some ducklings running around. Particularly Jerk Duck, who is one of my Cayuga ducks. She's like one of my older Cayuga ducks. She has hatched clutches of eggs, I think, for the last 2 years in a row, and so this would be year 3 in a row that she's hatched a clutch of eggs, and so I could easily see her doing another clutch. Yeah, man, Baseball Stars and Tecmo Bowl, I love those games. You know, it's actually funny. So, one of my best friends, and he has been one of my close friends since, like, we were, like, I don't know, 9-10 years old. He actually came up to the farm a couple weekends ago. It was like a weekend when Allison was working. He came up and stayed here. You know, we did, like, kind of, like, just hang out. And probably what we spent the most time doing was playing Baseball Stars and Tecmo Bowl together. It was a lot of fun. So, yeah, I love that video game system. You know, it does have I haven't played that. Gosh, Jack, it's so funny that you bring up that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'm assuming the arcade game, because that's another great one that, yeah, I should get it, and then I should play it until I beat it. Yeah, that'll be one I do. That might not happen until the winter, but, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, all right, so, Jack, now that you spoke here and I'm talking about you, you know, so my friend Jack here, who's one of our moderators, again, thank you to all the moderators. I also saw Tammy Gillette just check in here. Thank you for coming out, Tammy. I really, these things would not be possible if it wasn't for the help of my awesome moderators. You know, there's, you know, more than 1,000 people between Facebook and YouTube going right now, almost 1,200 people. And so I got to say thank you for them. I would not be able to keep up with this. So anyway, Jack from the Mindful Homestead produces a conference here in Vermont. It's called the Homesteaders of New England. Homesteaders of New England, it's sort of like it's a little independent group of its own that I think Jack and his wife Jackie started. And they have a month or an annual gathering that happens fall of 2023. Sorry, I don't mean to seem distracted. I'm bringing it up for you so you guys can see their website. And Jack, feel free to drop a link down below too. Anyway, they are going to be hosting an event September 9th and 10th. And I will be there. I'll be speaking. I'll be giving a little bit of a talk. I'm excited to be sharing it all with you. It's really just awesome, particularly if you're in the New England area. You know, just kind of talking about, you know, our climate specifically, the needs of our area. You know, it's nice to go to national events, but sometimes I think actually the information you get from like a local event like Homesteaders of New England is almost more valuable in a lot of ways. And anyway, there will be the event going on. I will be there speaking. I think September 9th, Jack, correct me if I'm wrong, is the date that I'll be there. Yeah, you can see like Jack's got a recap video on his website. Check it out. Murray McMurray, I believe, is the sponsor again. Tom from Murray McMurray will be there. I'll be there. Eli Mack is going to be there. Troy McClung, you may remember him from such YouTube videos as the Red Tool House. Great pig raiser. Troy's going to be there. Troy's a great guy. He's actually been out to the farm before. Rich Giordano, who's all about seed saving. Jamie McMillan, Emily Marquez, Kendall Canellis. I mean, they're just like a whole great group of folks. Yeah, I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. And if you're in the area and you can be there, you should be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so definitely check it out. So yeah, all right, I'm going to keep going. I am falling behind. Okay. MW asks, why no Cornish cross for meat? Not worth your time, or do you eat the Blaires? So yeah, we don't raise Cornish cross chickens for meat. I'm not a huge fan of Cornish cross. I kind of find them freakish, and I would much rather eat like a rooster that I've culled. And so typically what I've done is like hatched out chickens, cull the roosters, keep the hens, and that becomes my next generation of layers. Like I said, I opted not to do that this year. We do have, from our friends at Murray McMurray, though, coming a bunch of American breast chickens. American breasts are another heritage meat breed. I'm going to be trying them out and see how they do after about raising for 12 weeks. And so I would say, you'll see that experiment play out by the end of the fall. So stay tuned. And maybe that becomes my new favorite meat breed chicken. And maybe I end up holding back a handful of those American breasts for future. Hey, Dougie, what's going on, pal? Maybe someday, Simudia. I'm trying to think. Did Allison go up with me? Allison's been up to see the calf, so I don't mean to say that. But she doesn't go up to the top of the pasture much, but she does see Baby B, and she really loves Baby B. And we're calling her Baby B for now. I'm sure as she gets older, she'll mature into the Beatrix name. But Baby B just, I don't know, feels so good to say, particularly because she's going to be really our only baby here on the farm. So yeah. Yes, there is Excite Bike. Yes, I have spent way too much time building tracks. Yes, it's a lot of fun. I won't milk Amanda Hug and Kiss. Amanda, if you guys recall, she's actually one of my more skittish moms. She's actually chilled out a lot, particularly with the arrival of Baby B, and so that's a good sign. But I don't think I'm going to bother trying to milk her. I can barely get her to eat out of my hand, and so I don't think she's a suitable candidate for there. No, we haven't had any issues with the calf or any other animals on the farm, the dogs, and so yeah, they haven't had issues with the fireworks, so all was well. Hey, Kathy from North Star Prepsteader, also awesome to see her. Another one of our amazing moderators. This would not be possible without them. All right, I'm going to continue to jump ahead because I'm only at 8:15 and it's already 8:40. Hold on, I'm seeing some repeat questions. Okay, well, the birds have access to your pond. It's really hot out this week. So, Nicole, the ducks and geese, the adult ducks and geese won't get to the pond, at least not until the winter months. The goslings, though, actually have access to the pond as we speak, and so they're in there. Ooh, yeah, Jeff is loving the Macho Man impression. So, will you get a new bull to breed the descendants of Macho Man? Maybe eventually. I might end up... So what I might end up doing is splitting my herd into a couple of pieces, and this would be a couple of years out. I might also sell my first few heifers that come off of Macho Man, or trade those heifers for other heifers, and so... stick with it. Okay, how many acres is in your farm, and are you willing to sell off any acres if the price is right? Okay, so our farm is a little over 160 acres. It's about 50 acres of pasture and orchard land, as well, in like buildings, and about 110 acres plus of forest. We won't sell off any of our land. So actually, Our land is held in something known as the Vermont Land Trust, and what that is essentially a conservation easement placed on the property. What's advantageous of it is it helps us, it lowers us the taxes that are paid for our farm. It was also cheaper to buy our farm, and so those were all good things. But it can never be subdivided, so we can only sell it to somebody if we sell the entire 160 acres. And of the 160 acres, 2 of those acres can be used for whatever you want, but the remainder have to either be forestry or agriculture use. And so, you won't see us like building houses all over the place either, or all sorts of stuff like that. And so, it's one of the unique quirks of our property. Based on what we're doing, it's wonderful. I can see other people not liking it, but yeah, there you go. Yes, Nicole, the book will be available for folks all over the world. And so, yes, regardless of where you live, you will be able to get either a print, digital, or audio version of it. They will all be available. Alex asks, why don't you post your wife? I mean, I do, we do post videos with Allison, my wife. She's popped up in a handful of videos, especially recently. The reality is that she doesn't necessarily like the limelight. She doesn't like to make videos all that much. And I don't feel comfortable ever trying to make her do something that she doesn't want to do just because, like, viewers want to see her. And so, she'll show up here and there. But, yeah, it'll never be something where, like, you'll see her all the time, or if you guys ask for it enough, she'll come. No, we're going to do it, kind of in a responsible way. Yes, doing voices for the book as well. I think it's going to be really cool. It looks like you lost a bunch of weight since a few months ago. Are you eating farm eggs and meat, or do you have workout plan? So, I talked about this in a video I put out last month. I'll just kind of hit it once here tonight. Yeah, I've lost a bit of weight over the last year plus, and really what it comes down to is I dealt with an eating disorder, binge eating disorder specifically, and yeah, there's some subtle changes to my diet, very little changes to my exercise routines. But the biggest thing is really getting a handle on my eating habits and, kind of emotional eating and that sort of thing. And so that's really what it comes down to. Where did Abby go? She's over there. I don't know. She's here on the farm. So Jay, I don't have an exact number yet. I'm gonna guess like 2-ish hours or so, 2+ hours probably. Hey, Creek Kid, you will see an update on this very soon, but the answer is really, really well. We've got pumpkins going, we got cabbage going, we've got a crazy amount of buckwheat going, and so yeah, it's looking pretty good. Okay, I'm jumping way ahead. I'm so far behind that I am jumping further ahead. I know, Bruce. It is weird. It's just getting hotter and hotter, and particularly up here on the second floor of our house, and in this room specifically. Most of our house is designed with like a really good like cross ventilation. This room here actually isn't, and so it just gets really, really hot, and that's what it gets down to. And so, yeah, you might see me install like a window air conditioner unit right over there. Just, I don't know. We'll see how I do over the next couple weeks. I might break down and do it. Joey Ramone is doing great. He's with the rest of the herd. They're doing good, and yeah. Beatrix Potter, Justine Fleming. Beatrix Potter. Hey, Nicky Garters. What's going on, guys? Hope you're doing well. So Charlie, yeah, I have been experimenting actually with the spot-on GPS collar for Abby as I've been trying to train her to the upper pasture. Admittedly, I'll probably do this in a video in the not too distant future. I'm struggling a little bit with getting it to work for me. So yeah, there you go. Melissa Scottyguard, good to see you. We need to catch up. But to answer your question, no, not really. I don't miss the corporate world much. I miss a lot of the people I used to work with in the corporate world, you included, but I don't miss the corporate world. I don't know. I'm really enjoying life right now. But yes, you and I should catch up, my friend. But good to hear from you. It's always funny when like people you know in real life like message you on this. It's so cool, like in a live stream. Makes you giddy. So hey, Piper Lily, Debbie, right? I got it. I still love the Piper Lily. Do you plan on waiting until another year for slaughtering your bulls? So Macho Man's not being slaughtered. So let me just take that right off the table. He's not going anywhere. Nothing's happened to him. Please don't misinterpret. He will be here for years and years to come on the farm. So that's number one. Joey Ramone will probably go to processing. I'm gonna guess. I'm working on actually trying to nail down the date right now, but it's gonna either be July or August of next year. So that'll be when it happens. Okay. What happens after it has bred all? I mean, what'll happen is this: Macho Man's going to be with the ladies from now until I'll probably pull him out in like late November, and then once he's done his job, he and Joey Ramone will spend winter in a separate area, separate from the ladies, and then I'll put everybody back together again next June, and that'll just be the cycle. I'll keep the boys separate, keep the ladies together. That's just how it goes. Yes, I'm actually working on buying a few more as we speak. So stay tuned. Nothing to report, but yes, I will be buying more Highlands. I'm really glad to hear that, Wapiti. I think like I've been trying to like make some longer ones because folks are basically asking for it, and so I'm glad to hear you're liking it. Yeah. Is it normal to butcher pigs this early? Well, I mean, yeah, it's actually normal. Like when I do it in late September, it might even be a tad late. Like, you shoot for like, I don't know, 250-ish pounds for a Duroc pig like the ones I have. And so totally normal. They should be right around that mark when I do slaughter them. And, if you kept them for breeding, you'd keep them longer. But, if you're just doing feeder pigs, which is what I was doing, and which I always had planned on doing, that's what I got. I might. So, guys, I would actually totally raise rabbits and raise them for meat. I actually like rabbit meat a lot. I think my wife does not, though. And she doesn't actually like to eat rabbit meat when I've cooked it for her before. And I think she would struggle with actually processing rabbits. And so, yeah, I don't foresee it anytime soon. But honestly, that's what it comes down to. So I don't see us getting rabbits anytime soon. Yes, Bruce is 100% right. So I saw a question pop up, why didn't I relocate the raccoons? It was because they were like living in my barn and creating some real problems. I actually tried relocating them to a different part of the farm. They kept coming back. And so then when I trapped them again, I actually dispatched them. It was not something I wanted to do, but it was necessary. You are not allowed, you can relocate a trapped animal to a different part of your farm. And so, for example, like when I trapped the raccoons inside the barn, I then brought them to the very, very far back corner of the farm, but not leaving my property before I released them, which is legal. But basically they just kept coming back, as Bruce says here. I did the same thing with a skunk, and the skunk actually didn't come back. And so that's kind of how it worked out. No, they will live out their lives. Maybe they'll be sold. Maybe when they get to be like 20 years old, they turn into hamburger. I don't know. Yeah, my intention is, particularly for the 3 heifers who've been born here on our farm now, Belinda Carlisle, Bonnie McMurray, and now Beatrix Potter. All 3 of them I expect to be here for decades. And they'll be producing future offspring. That's the plan. Okay. All right. I'm jumping ahead. Let's see. I made a list of things I was supposed to talk about too tonight. Hold on. I'm checking my list here, guys. The other thing I should talk about, because I don't even think anybody asked about it, is, I went to Los Angeles the other week. So I went out to VidCon, which was kind of weird. It was actually very weird going out to like Los Angeles, like this big event with like a lot of like other YouTubers and TikTokers and folks, and like hanging out with them. I went to an Erewhon, which is like this super trendy grocery store. The video I put out tomorrow is going to be all about that. That's actually what it comes down to. So it's going to be interesting. I'd be curious to see how people react to the new video that comes out tomorrow. I know Abby's on cow duty, but you decided to risk another white chicken? Yes, Sarah. That was actually part of my calculus with doing the American breasts and seeing how she does. Maybe if she matures, maybe she loses her extreme prejudice when it comes to the white chickens. But I'm hoping either they're going to all be dispatched for meat by the time Abby comes back down to the lower pasture, or she gets over her problems, or maybe a little bit of both. We'll see. So stay tuned. This is a good question from Miguel. In a normal year, how many of your new trees in the orchard survive the first winter? I would say I have probably about an 80% survival rate, maybe 75, somewhere 75, 80%, depending on the year, depending on how hard the winter is, which is why I'm constantly sprouting new trees, because I'm constantly replacing. And that number is both the year before trees as well as the year before. I think it's probably about 90% for like the first year trees. And then I occasionally have other trees that die off a little bit too. But I'm replacing about 25% of my trees each year. Ooh, this is a good question. What did the 20-year-old expect? I expected to be making animated films for a living. That is the God's honest truth, which I don't know. Surprisingly, it's not as crazy as it seems now, but yeah, there you have it. What is your favorite fictional series story? That's a really, really hard one. I mean, like if it's movies, I don't know. I always grew up a huge Star Wars fan. I don't know. The Dark Tower series from Stephen King's pretty incredible. I'm a massive Harry Potter fan. I feel like it's tough to pick, but there's a number out there that I love. So yeah. Yeah, Abby does a little bit. I've had to scold her a couple of times when I've caught her trying to play with Baby B. It is very much playing. It's nothing malicious. It's just Abby is such a playful creature. Actually, guys, speaking of Abby and playing and just in general, I have a new video. I actually was just working on some of the final tweaks to it right now, right before I jumped on this live stream, where Abby, I made, working actually with my editor, Valerie, we made a video that is like a 90-minute video all about Abby, going from talking about like her birth all the way to today. It's pretty incredible. We went through like the archives and pulled this video together with like some new original stuff that's never been seen before. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and yeah, that's gonna be coming out on Saturday. So I don't know, maybe Saturday night if you want with your family, like pop up some popcorn and hang out, and it'll be a lot of fun. Yes, they are getting along better now that they are not spending as much time together. It's actually incredible. And honestly, it's incredible to see how happy and giddy Toby is these days. He just seems like a whole different dog lately. Like he's just got like, I don't know, just his joie de vivre is back now that he's kind of by himself again. I think he's just meant to be a dog by himself. I know people wonder about that, but he seems much happier when it's just him and his birds and barn cats. Like that's what he likes. It's kind of like me. I'm kind of a curmudgeon too. I just like me and my animals and my farm, and let me make some videos, and that's what I need to be happy. Oh, and my wife. Do you ever regret on not starting your farm sooner, or do you see the past as a chance to? Yeah, Hope, I'm one of those folks who believes that the journey is what the journey is, and to wish that like I started the farm 10 years earlier, I don't think I would have been ready to start the farm 10 years earlier. I feel like it all kind of worked out exactly the way it should have, and I'm very happy with how it worked out. So no regrets. Okay. So Skip, Not this year. I wonder about next year, and if there was going to be a candidate, sheep would probably one of the best options to think about it. What is the worst thing that has ever happened on your farm? Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, it felt like it at the time. The mink attack was pretty awful. Some of the struggles with Abby were really rough, and I was feeling like some real low points back then. I don't know. I feel like, honestly, I've been exceptionally lucky when it comes to the farm. No, there's no way around it. Yes, Banana King, he has found his place. So, is it Mueller Games or Muller Games? I will definitely continue to add Highlands, no doubt about it. But I would not be surprised if I add a couple of other cattle breeds into the mix to crossbreed with Highlands. So, for example, do I get like a Dexter or a Charolais and experiment with breeding them with the Highlands and seeing if that hybrid makes for a better beef animal that's a little bit more vigorous for our farm? And so it would be adding like female Charolais to the farm. That would be something I could see happening. Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. Stay tuned. I have nothing to give away just yet on that one. Honestly, Banana King, from what I've seen, he is not struggling. He's actually doing a pretty good job so far. I've had since he's been introduced to the ladies, 2 cows go into heat, and I have seen him putting in the work. So I think he might have. I think he's the size that he needs to be there. Since you used to be in marketing, do you think that helped? Yes, 100%. I think my childhood drawing comics made me better suited for making YouTube videos because it helped me really figure out how to tell stories in pictures. I think my college education, studying film and animation, really set me up well for, kind of thinking of how to make videos, and it taught me how to edit and do some of the basics that I still apply today. I think my career working in marketing really helped me be a good communicator. It really helped me be a good writer. It really helped me think about how to promote and kind of find the thing that matters to people and connect with people. And all of those skills are, I think, critical for making good YouTube videos. And so, I mean, this gets back almost to the question earlier of, like, did my process lead me to where I am today, or do I wish I had done something sooner? If I'd started the farm 10 years sooner, I wouldn't have had that experience kind of doing marketing and kind of content creation and all of that. And so I don't think I would be where I would be if it was the case. Top 3 favorite animals on the farm. I'm going to assume that you're asking me in the context of like farm animals. I'm going to hold the barn cats and guard dogs aside because I don't think of them as farm animals so much as I think of them as coworkers and family members. But I will probably say number 1 is the cattle. Number 2 would be the geese. And I think number 3, and this is going to surprise people, but it's the chickens. Those would be my top 3 favorite, the full-size chickens. That's an interesting one. I don't think all that much, Julie, because, I don't fly the drone a lot. I mean, if the drone gets out once a week, that's a lot. And when I do fly the drone, the birds freak out and they always run for cover. And so, yeah, I don't think it has made them less wary of predators. That's been my experience. Yeah, Jaden. Like I said, tomorrow's video is going to be set outside the farm. I'm going to Erewhon's. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Erewhon's, but like they're this super bougie form of grocery store out in the like Los Angeles area, and I'll be doing a whole breakdown of Erewhon's, and yeah, like exactly the $28 pasta sauce nonsense grocery store. That's the one. That's the Erewhon I'm going to. So stay tuned for that, and that'll be out tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, Actually, guys, with that, I'm going to have to cut this one short because I've got a really, really, really early morning. I got to get up at like 4 o'clock tomorrow morning for something. And yeah, I'm going to be calling it a night, but I will be back again next first Wednesday of the month in August. I will also be back with a new video tomorrow, as well as a big, 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 long new video on Saturday. I hope you guys can join me. Thank you again to my moderators for checking things out and keeping all this running. So thank you to Jack at the Mindful Homestead. Thank you to Lynette at 13 Moons Over Mayhem. Kathy at North Star Prepstetter. Danny at Wicked Awesome Gardening. Tammy Gillette at the Gillette Homestead. I think I caught everybody who was here tonight. But thank you guys. I really, really do appreciate it. And thank you all for watching. And I will be back real soon with another video. So have a great night.